and you're listening to a Token Nerd Network podcast. 3, 2, 1. Where we ramble on about geeky things ranging from Batman to pop figures to Star Wars.
From Token Nerd Podcast.
Stay spicy, my friends. Hey everybody, welcome to Token Nerd Podcast, where we ramble on about geeky things ranging from Batman to pop figures to Star Wars. I'm Anthony Pettiford.
And I'm Travis Lykins.
All right, welcome to episode 45. We're going to call this one the spin-off that... I'm trying to think of a good one. The spin-off that never should have been. The spin-over. The spin rack.
The spin over. It should have been over before it started.
Yeah. Spin. But no, today we got a couple topics for you. Starting with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. As you know, we had our own separate, not podcast, but segment, the Mighty Skeptic Power Rangers. But what was released today, well, not today, but yesterday, was the fact that the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers official movie soundtrack is out. Or not out, but it will be coming out in physical form on April 7th, and it will be in digital download on the 24th, for the movie to come out. So I was a little bit not skeptic.
Mighty Skeptic?
I was a little worried about looking at the titles, because it released all the titles for the songs, or all the tracks. There's 28 tracks total. I was afraid that we were going to get a what was the one in Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon's Timely End, or Qui-Gon's
something like that.
Yeah. But I don't see anything that seems to be a giant spoiler, except for I think we're going to get a lot of Zord action.
Well, that makes sense. People like robots.
Yeah, but there was Morphin Time. There are a couple different morphing not songs, but I guess there are songs. To me, I'm trying to classify it as like they're singing, like an actual soundtrack album, but
it's just the background music.
Yeah. But no, there's gonna be an original not do-over, but a remix to the Go-Go Power Rangers song.
Go Power Rangers.
And I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so there's the last one's called Go-Go Power Rangers, is the end title music. So no.
It's the end title. We know the song's gonna be at the end.
But so they're really pushing Go-Go Power Rangers. And if you watch the trailer, the second trailer, they cut it. Yeah, it's go! And I look over and I'm thinking, this is so stupid. But I'm like, yeah. No, I hope he says go.
Go Power Rangers!
It just reminds me the old Batman 66 TV show. Yeah, but there's the first episode, I forget who it is. It's Joker or Riddler teams up with this go-go dancer, and she's in the Batcave, and she falls into the nuclear reactor in the Batcave, and Batman loses his grip of her, and she falls and dies. And he goes, "Oh, what a way to go." And
what a way to go.
Yeah.
Well, it appears that the let's see here, the soundtrack, the physical versions are only going to be in CD, so nobody's going to buy that.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean,
no vinyl for you audiophiles.
But it's also done. I want to point out Brian Taylor. So Brian Taylor is is it Emmy? Let me just double check my facts real quick.
Ironically, you can buy the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie soundtrack on CD for $4.
Oh, really? Yeah. I know what I'm gonna get. They've got. But no, Brian Taylor is an Emmy nominee. He is best known for his work in Marvel Studios. He has done Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Avengers: Age of Ultron, and the last 4 of the 5 Fast and the Furious movies, and he's going to go on to do Fate of the Furious and the Tom Cruise Mummy movie.
I actually watched through all those recently. Well, not all of them. I just watched Fast 5.
Okay, Fast Five's good.
They're like those movies aren't as bad as I remember.
No. So
like it's just the cars are ridiculous. Like
okay,
but it was the time. Like those were cool cars back in like 2000.
They were. I think that Fast Five was great.
Yep.
And
Fast Four wasn't that bad either. It had some good action
Tokyo
scenes.
Drift?
No, that's 3. That one's bad. It's because it doesn't make sense. Like,
Tokyo Drift was my first experience to it.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense because it doesn't fit the timeline. Like
no,
in Fast 4, the Asian guy's back and he died in Fast 3. I don't understand.
Yeah. No, so
not to distract us too much.
Yeah, but from what I remember, so Fast 5 was really cool.
Yep.
I forget who I was listening to. Maybe it was Big Kev's Geek Stuff when they were talking about like they wanted to take someone who had been in a coma.
Yep.
And show him the first Fast and the Furious, and then show him the latest one. Be like, hey, this is all connected.
Yeah.
Because I just watched the trailer for Fate of the Furious, or Fate and the Furious. There's a submarine they're outrunning.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, they just like they're not as bad as I remember, but they're like the original ones. Like the story's still good. It's just kind of ridiculous. Like
and it's the most diverse cast. In a franchise.
And it's amazing that it's gone on this long. So.
And I'll be honest, The Rock can make anything good.
Yeah.
I mean, people want to argue that, but
2020, man.
He's. You know what? I'll be honest with you. But we'd want another Republican because he's a Republican.
I'll take it.
I mean,
he's charismatic.
So apparently, so is the current one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Toiler.
So you told me before we got started that there was a Toiler, and
potential
Toiler. Very similar to Goldar.
Well, it involves Goldar.
Oh.
Maybe you already know about it.
Okay, I don't.
So the Goldar toy, the one that comes with, the one that goes along with like the life size, not the like Combiner Zord that's in the big box, but the one that's like at Toys R Us that doesn't combine. It's just like a normal Megazord, right?
Yeah.
There's a Goldar that fights that Megazord, so it's 2 scale with that Megazord. It comes with a tiny Rita. Okay.
No.
The Rita, the chest of that Goldar opens, and Rita goes inside of it.
Oh.
Is she piloting a Goldar? That's the question.
No. Okay, so
I told you this might bring you back.
No, but she. What if? Okay.
She pilots Goldar.
No, but what if Goldar is small, and in this series, make my monster grow? Like she has to bond with it. I don't know. I just don't.
Quit trying to justify it,
dude. You know what? No. I'm in. I'm still in. I'm okay.
I heard a good comparison for what the Goldar is melted cheese Goldar. That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
But no, so if she's piloting this thing, come on.
But you know what? You're gonna change your mind when they reveal Babbo. They're like, hey, Babbo's in the movie.
Babbo!
The spin-off is gonna be
I want the goat guy.
Babbo.
Whatever his name is.
Finster. Babbo and Finster in
What about these wild theories that they're going to set up a continuation story using the Zeo crystals at the end of the movie?
No, that's pretty supported. It's because so Goldar was sent. I'm really hoping Goldar looks like Goldar, and the reason he looks like that gold thing is because he was vaporized. But the idea is that the Zeo crystal was surrounded by this force field or energy container.
Yep.
And Rita is doing it for Lord Zed. Lord Zed sent her to get it, and she goes after the Zeo crystal. And when she has Goldar reach into it, it vaporizes him and spreads his molecules across the planet.
Okay.
That's why I think I talked to you about there's that trailer where it's like the beginning part. You see the Red Ranger dragging himself through ash.
Yeah.
I think that's Zordon.
Okay.
Because the movie's supposed to start with a giant battle scene that shows this whole
like the past.
Goldar. Yeah. And Zordon was the original Red Ranger.
What if it's just Babbo, whatever.
Yeah, he's like I'm actually the Zeo crystal. That would be pretty cool. But no, so I don't know.
But if it's Zed and the Zeo crystals, that'll make no sense either.
No, because that's be the Machine Empire.
Yeah, that'll make no sense.
I'll tell you something though.
Continue.
No. So Power Rangers Thunder. So or Thunder, not Thunder
Dino
Force.
Thunder.
No, Dino Thunder. It was the later series.
Okay.
What comes next? It goes Power Rangers.
Safari or something.
No, after Mighty Morphin, they have the Thunder Zords.
So that's just Mighty Morphin again.
Okay.
So like then there's the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. That's like a short series.
When are those legacy figures going to come out?
I found all of mine. My original ones. I'm
Really?
missing like one or two of them. I found them in a drawer at my parents' house. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, when are those going to come out? The Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
My legacy is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
I think like we just need to separate that.
Yeah, because you got me excited. You sent me the list of the next waves, and because I just want that freaking Yellow Ranger. And so I know we want to talk about this other topic. You found the Red Space Ranger.
Yep.
So I thought, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to get on Target.com.
Or try to order it there.
Yeah.
You can't order action figures on Target. Yeah.
And so it's like, crap. So I got on Amazon, $60.
Are you kidding me?
No, 60.
Shouldn't have opened mine. I should have just sold it to you for 40.
See, you know what's funny? I was sure, and I was like, you know what Travis would do? Travis would do that. Travis wouldn't say, hey, I found it for you. He would charge me that extra. And I'm like, screw Travis. Now I got to go to these stores by myself.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going to find the Red Ranger.
You're going to find it. I mean, it's been popping up. That's at least the third
The
time
Space Ranger, not Mighty Morphin.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
That one's going to be hard to find. We can find it at Comic-Con, I'm sure.
Yeah, but people aren't going to be stupid.
Well, no, but we can work them down a little bit.
I want to pull at you like, excuse me, sir, this box
it's got a dent in it.
It's dented, so I'm only going to pay you $25.
And I don't really want the box, but I'm going to still get you down.
But no, so, oh shoot, what else I was going to say? Back to Goldar.
Yep.
So I'm not thrown off by the idea of Goldar being controlled by Rita or whatnot. Or if he absorbs her or something like that, I'm fine.
Okay.
Because there has to be a way for them to beat Rita and Goldar at the same time.
Okay.
So,
but I want to see a wedding. I want iGuy to show up in the next movie.
Yeah. I really hope we get Monsters of the Week that would eventually show up. But the Zeo Crystal. Oh, now I remember what I was going to say. Did you ever watch that like bootleg Power Ranger, the Power Ranger like mini movie?
Yeah, the one that was like Green Ranger was like killing everybody.
Yeah, the ultra violent one.
Yeah.
That ruined it for me, oddly enough. Like, because everyone keeps saying that either him or some other guy are going to do a Netflix dark, like a rated R Power Ranger series, and it's like, why do we need that?
We don't.
And I get online and I just read the comments stupidly, and people are like, "Oh, well, this is we've grown up. It needs to grow up." Why?
No. But it needs to, like, if they're going to do something with, like, Power Rangers as a more grown-up, all they need to do is attack it similar to Flash or Arrow, where it's, essentially, if you watch those shows, they're just grown-up versions of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting a monster, they're, like, using some sort of power. Now, their powers aren't the same thing, but they're, like,
but let's be
it's
honest,
essentially the same
this
thing.
movie looks like it.
There's hand-to-hand combat, like, just martial arts type stuff. Like Daredevil, like all these shows that are like on Netflix and on CW are essentially grown-up Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Just do it like that. That's all you had to do. We don't need rated R. Like we just don't need that.
Yeah. I mean,
so I don't need to see them cussing and bleeding. I don't need to see that.
Well, I know you haven't seen Logan yet. Logan earned its rated R.
Yeah, but Wolverine himself is
I know.
darker. Like the Power Rangers were never like a dark thing.
Exactly.
So
it works when you transition. It's like, remember when we tried to make, that's a bad example. I was going to say, remember we made Snow White gritty and it became the Huntsman?
Yeah. Well, even like, I mean, if you think about this, Wolverine, even in the like cartoon versions of him, he was like a darker character in those cartoons. He never got to rated R, but he's carried that throughout his entire career, from his comic books to the cartoons. He was darker in the movies, even though they wouldn't let it be R.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, that makes sense as a transition. Taking Power Rangers from, where you can blatantly see they're not hitting each other to suddenly now they're bleeding. Like what? Like, doesn't make any sense.
I'm not on board with it. But so we can get back on topic really quick. For the titles that are coming out, one thing I did notice is track 2 is called Seek Those Who Are Worthy. I guess they've replaced Teenagers with Attitude.
Teenagers with Attitude.
Because if not, that would be the title, right? Like
Teenagers with Attitude.
Dun, 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 dun. But no, so there's that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that seems interesting. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. I don't even know. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Power
Yeah.
Ranger comes out March this month. We're 3
Yeah.
weeks away. I keep forgetting.
So if this movie does work out for you, I saw something really cool that you might want to get. If it's a good movie, they're doing a Power Ranger Legacy line of the Power Coins. So you're going to be able to get the Power Coins. And it comes in this little box, and it's like the whole set. And there's like a switch that you flip a light, and there's lights underneath each of the coins, and they're like translucent, so they glow the color of the, like if it's the Pink Ranger, Yellow Ranger, it glows that color.
Is it Mighty Morphin or the new movie?
The new movie ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, I mean if it works out, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
But they're also redoing the movie Legacy coins as well. So right now they've only done the White Ranger movie Legacy coin. So now they're going to do full on the original Power Ranger movie coins. So you'll get the ninja coins with like the frog and
that'd be cool.
all the different ones. So to go along with your Ranger obsession.
No, right. No, we're going to dive into this whole like Power Ranger toy theory and now let's move on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 trailer. So what
movie looks great.
Yeah. Oh, wow, I am not used to hearing you being positive about anything.
Yeah, and I picked up the Marvel Legends Star-Lord.
Oh, you did?
From Volume 2. Looks really good.
So in this trailer, it starts out with the whatever that monster is that we saw from the concept art, that big tentacle-looking monster. Batista is
from Dexter.
Yeah. So basically, so Drax.
Yep.
Who I thought was not going to be my favorite character.
Is now your favorite character?
Oh my god. Everything about this guy. When he jumps into the mouth of the monster, it's like he just overall like just loving it, and he's chewing the scenery. Every scene he's in.
Yep.
Because it's all like super like literal. There was that one point where we're a family. Well, except her. I don't know. I'm so excited for it, but it looks like they're gonna be. I looked online, and the gold being that they're talking to is played by Elizabeth Debicki.
Okay.
And she is going to be playing Alicia, which is also known as. Oh shoot! Didn't write that down. I think it's Kinetic.
Okay.
Different places say that she's a hero, but in this listing it said that she's going to be a villain.
Okay.
So we'll see where that goes. But at the end of the trailer, we also get to see Kurt Russell as Quill's estranged father.
Very cool.
But we're seeing a lot of person and a lot of Kurt Russell and not a lot of living planet. So
we'll see. We'll see.
Unless he's piloting the planet from its chest.
Could be.
But no, overall this trailer looks great.
I still love the beginning, the first trailer, when it's like, okay, don't press this button. And he's like, okay, I should do this.
That's from the first trailer.
That's what I said, yeah.
From
the first trailer.
Oh, gotcha.
I still love that. I always love stupid little scenes like that.
I just like I like how, I guess, Groot, because I thought he was just going to be little. No, but I guess he's just a baby.
Yeah.
Because there's that point where they're fighting, and he, like, stops and starts waving at Gamora, and she goes, yeah, hi, and waves back at him as she's like shooting things down. It's like, oh, they're just the worst parents ever. It's like we still got to give the kid attention, but
yep. I think it's going to be good. I mean, I think it's looks like it's off to a great start with all these trailers I've seen. So
yeah, I'm very on board with it. We'll just see what,
because we love Marvel and hate DC,
See, you know what? The thing is,
we really hate Power Rangers.
We apparently, Travis really hates Power Rangers. No, it's just Marvel does it right. They know how to mix together a real world feel, which Guardians of the Galaxy is obviously the most unrealistic.
Yeah.
Of all the,
but it's because they take I think of what we've seen so far out of DC is they're taking we're creating a superhero approach movie. Whereas Marvel seems to take, in a lot of cases, a genre film and then put superheroes in it. Mm-hmm. So, like, they took a space film and then put superheroes in it. They took a heist film and put Ant-Man in it. They took they take, like, a thing and they put it into a type of movie. And I think that's why it works a lot better, because it's more rooted in typical movies than being about a superhero. Mm-hmm. The superheroes are just what advance everything.
Yeah.
So, I think that's why it works a lot better. Doctor Strange...
Yeah.
Just good movie, like all the way around.
Yeah. What genre would you put that in?
I feel like it's kind of like a magic movie.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's not Harry Potter, but it's like a sorcerer movie that they just. I mean, it just worked.
Fantasy,
really, yeah.
But I guess we haven't really been fantasy.
No.
In all of them.
No. It's just they kind of pick a movie and they go with it. Mm-hmm. You know, like a genre, and
it's
just go
worked
with it.
No matter what people say. Because see, I don't want to talk too much about Logan because we're gonna have a separate review that's gonna come out, and we'll talk about Logan. But like Logan is nothing. Is not a superhero movie at all.
Yeah, and we thought that from the beginning.
We knew that from the beginning, but you hear people talk now. It's like, well, this is the change we needed, and it was like,
as everybody's leaving the Wolverine franchise or the X-Men franchise.
But no, for me, it's and this is another off-topic like point, but with superhero movies, I wish that we would stop. Like, don't sit there and say, well, this movie can't be comic booky. I'm sorry, it's a comic book.
Yep.
Like, if you have this original take and this super original story, make your original movie. It's just like some people think, oh, I can't get my movie made, so I'm going to take a comic book character and then throw that comic book character into my movie.
Yep.
And then have it go from there. Not saying that's what Logan was, but like, you know, there are some people who are like, oh yeah, well then if I was going to make a Captain America movie, it'd be done like this, and this. And it's like, that just sounds like a regular war movie. Yeah. Like the whole idea is the fantasy of it. Like, you know.
I think the thing I'm most sick of is when I hear somebody say, well, that was so unrealistic. The whole freaking concept of the movie was unrealistic.
Like when they talked about Iron Man, it was like, those people would have died when they hit the water. You're still talking about a man in a suit that can go the speed of sound.
Who his heart is powered by a little, like, what's inside that thing?
It's the little reactor. He has a reactor.
He has like a nuclear reactor in his chest.
Completely green.
Yes.
Like it's clean energy.
But the whole concept of people not dying is the unrealistic part.
Yeah, but overall, Guardians of the Galaxy looks great. The trailer looks great. It's fun. It's got the soundtrack that just makes you have fun. I like they made a point of they were plugging in an amp, a space amp.
Hooked on a feeling, do.
All right, well, let's move on to another alien-based movie, and this kind of brings us to the whole point of this podcast, and it is spin-offs.
Alien Covenant.
Oh, that's right. We should have talked about that.
Another alien movie.
Good.
It does. It's a Ridley Scott one, so hopefully it'll pick up. A lot of people didn't like Prometheus. I wasn't the absolute hater of Prometheus. I just hate that, again, it kind of looks like we're flying to a planet. We're discovering that there was aliens here.
We're gonna step on these like spores.
The pods.
Yeah.
So like I just feel like it again falls into the same. We may be just redoing the same story again, which is what they seem to have kind of fallen into with some of these. Without Ripley there. Now, granted, I haven't really figured it out. I think this is supposed to take place before.
It's 10 years after Prometheus.
Yeah, but see, so it's not tied to the Alien timeline.
But
it's tied to Prometheus, even though this is not Alien 5, it's Alien Covenant, which is the next one after Prometheus. So it's in the Prometheus timeline, which the Prometheus timeline takes place before the Alien timeline. Mm-hmm. So I guess in theory, it should make sense that they don't really know and they have to rediscover and all this crap again. So I don't know, but I'm just going to sit and wait and see how that one turns out.
I have no investment in it, so it's like I'm going to see it and I'll have fun no matter what, or I'll hate it no matter what.
I just hope they bring some of the scare back. Like Prometheus had some of that, like the jolt and the scare that the original Alien had. Whereas later incarnations in the Alien timeline do not have that because they were, basically Aliens reinvented the action title.
Yeah.
And kind of helped cement how that was going to be done for the next 10 years or so. So hopefully we stay away from that and more with the scare tactic that the original, like the sci-fi horror, not the sci-fi action. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we stick to that. So,
well, we'll see. But as I was mentioning, to transition, it will be a spin-off movie off of your favorite franchise, Transformer franchise.
Oh yeah,
because we're getting
we're doing Beast Wars
5 and 6, but in 5 and 6 we're gonna have a little break off, and there's going to be a Bumblebee. A
Ooh.
Bumblebee spin-off movie.
Just what I've always needed in my life. A movie about a secondary character.
I never asked for it, but at the same time, I have been okay. But I know kids now who are very much into Transformers and who have been waiting for a spin-off of Bumblebee because they grew up watching these crappy Michael Bay movies. Which, to be fair, I liked the first one.
There's also cartoons that have been going on at the same time too.
Yeah. But
like a lot of kids like those as
but
well.
the ones I'm mentioning, I'm not, I don't want to call people out, but like they loved the live action ones. And they loved
I just feel
Extinction. And I've never been able to get through Extinction.
I just feel like they all look the same.
It's the Transformer.
But I can't tell like which one's which Transformer. They all look the same to me.
Mm-hmm. And that's not a racist comment.
No, they're just all big shiny balls of metal, and Optimus Prime is just the biggest one, right? Isn't that kind of
that never gets scratched up or dirty?
Yeah, well, it's too hard to do that in post production. But no, I mean, it's just to me, like when they were the cartoons, like you could still tell who they were.
They could have made them blocky, like there was a way that they could have done this, and it still looked cool. Like watch the for the video games.
Yep.
You can trick my eye into believing that this boxy looking figure can be a Transformer without giving it that super detailed, like overcomplicated transformation. Because in my mind, this always bugged me. I feel like that the Transformers, if you get punched hard enough, one of your gears should bend.
Yeah.
Because it's all exposed, and if that gear can't move, that should shut the entire transformation down.
Yeah, my thing with it is kind of the same complaint we have with this Power Rangers Megazord, is that the original Transformers, like they looked like a truck, like that turned into a person. Like, that's clearly a truck. Like Power Ranger, this Saber-Tooth Tiger is the leg. That's kind of the way it kind of worked. And in the newer way they're doing this, it's less and less easy to tell like all the pieces make up the whole, or in the case of Transformers, that it's even remarkably looks anything like the vehicle that it was originally.
Yeah.
Because all like when they're in their car mode, they look like the car and the truck and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then they turn into this big shiny pile of metal. Like you can barely see the red paint on Optimus Prime. Like why? Like why do you lose that when they turn into a
I agree. I'm gonna distract us for a second.
Yep.
Jump backwards towards Power Ranger toys. I saw the giant
box.
The giant, the one that's as big as my hand, like as big as my torso.
Yep.
It looks cool because you can see where they all connect. I'm not sure that's how it's gonna look in the movie.
Yep.
But it's like, oh, so
I still want to see if it's out of the box. Maybe I should just go look up a review online. But
it's okay. When you said that you were gonna buy one, I was like,
they had 20% off all Power Rangers. Oh, those were just the action figures, I think.
Okay,
because for the movie,
Addison and I were going to split it and buy it. We were, because I was like,
I'll take the Mastodon.
Yeah, I want the Mastodon beetle looking thing.
And then when we hang out, we can put it all together.
Exactly. There's a purpose for us to hang out now. But no, so Bumblebee, the spin-off movie, will be done. Well, it's said that it'll be under the attention of Kubo and the Two Strings' Travis Knight of fellow Travis.
Yes.
Did you ever see Kubo?
No.
That was really good. Kubo was Oscar nominee for Best Animation.
Okay.
It's stop motion, looks great story. Aside from the fact it's an Asian-based story and it was voiced by all white people, but that's here nor there.
Well, so we're Power Rangers.
True, but they convinced us that they were an Angel Grove. They didn't say, "Hey, look at us, we're all Asian people, but let's only." Anyway, so according to Dateline, Travis Knight has been tapped to take over the movie of Bumblebee. Originally, it was supposed to be. Let's see. It was supposed to go to Chris McKay, who's from Lego Batman.
Oh. They actually were going to hire somebody besides Michael Bay?
They wanted someone who had been in animation before.
Oh, maybe they're doing an animated movie.
See? No. Well, no. Ooh, what if a Lego Bumblebee movie? That'd be kind of cool.
A Lego Transformer movie?
Because I'll be honest, if a franchise is doing bad,
Bring in the Legos.
Bring in the Legos, and it's gonna work.
Lego Lord of the Ring coming soon.
I would watch the crap out of this. Like, let's take the birds. It's like, oh, we can't fit on the birds. That's why. But no, so it has a screenplay. It's gonna be written by Christina Hodson and Lorenzo de. Oh, come on. Bonaventure.
Bonaventure.
Bonaventure. Bonventure.
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 Really cool last name.
Yeah, that is a cool last name. But yeah, Bonventure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cooler than ours. Pettiford and Lykins. I tried to sneak it back in there. There's no date on when this is coming out. Hopefully it gets scratched. I'm sorry. I want people. I think Kubo and the time that Travis Knight put into it, you know, he deserves something, but not this. This is just. It's a cash grab. No one's asking for this. Even the kids who are into this aren't asking for it. I wonder how those
movies did. Like, they weren't cracking like the newer ones, like Extinction.
They were.
It was still cracking money. Like,
yeah.
How?
China loved the crap out of it. Even though it's
China.
Super American and like patriotic for crap. Like, there was an American flag in every single shot. Not saying that's bad, but like it's forced down your throat. And not only
China
that,
China loves it, huh?
Yeah, and like kids do. Like, even, I hated it. I liked 2. 2 was long. It never ended. But
Is that the one with all the cussing too for unneeded?
No, it was the one with the 2 racist the 2 like Mudlock and Lucknook and the one with the with the fake tooth, and he's a robot that can't spell. He can't spell his own name, and he talks like this, and they're twin brothers, and
Yes, I remember this.
And they all disappeared. Anyway, so we don't know when that's coming out. We don't need it.
Maybe those movies are why I don't feel like Fast and Furious is as bad as it was at one point.
Maybe
because I feel like
there's a better car movie out there.
I feel like there's that movie. Those movies have like a similar like kind of vein to them, except for the Fast movies seem to execute it a little better. Yeah. And they don't have shiny metal robots flying around.
Yeah, so let's move on to the last bit, and that's another spinoff that's coming, and that will be the Gotham City Sirens.
Okay.
Now, David Ayer, who did Suicide Squad, God, I'm going to say this, Oscar-winning Suicide Squad. I want to point out, I got texts and messages.
People calling you out?
Yeah, they said, so, looks like they got some after all. One, I'm honored that people would listen to the one podcast where I ranted and raved about how it wasn't going to win.
It's because you two were fighting the whole time.
Number 2. Well, first of all, Star Trek deserved to win. Star Trek created 50 new characters. Original, they deserved to win. Suicide Squad did not. Killer Croc looked great, but that's it.
He was digital, wasn't he?
No, he was real.
He was real?
Yeah.
Dang.
That was cool about him. Everyone else looked bad. Anyway. See, I could do this. We should have just made this instead of about spinoffs. It should have been about Power Ranger toys and Suicide Squad. But no, so David Ayer is taking on the Harley Quinn spinoff, and that's going to be Gotham City Sirens.
Another movie we didn't ask for.
Exactly, one we did not ask for. But David Ayer tweeted out on his personal Twitter an image of Black Mask. Black Mask is a gangster from the Batman universe. And so this kind of hints that he might be the main villain. He's in Gotham City. That the Sirens, which would be Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn.
Or it could be a diversion.
I don't know. I don't think they're clever enough anymore. But actually... Let me finish this topic, and then I'll bring up something else. The Black Mask has been in Arkham Origins, the game, which is really good.
Yep.
If they're going to do a Batman movie, it should be Arkham Origins. I love the Arkham games, but Origins was built to be a movie.
Yep.
So it's so contained. Then you have Black Mask was one of the main villains in Batman Under the Red Hood, the animated movie, and he's even a reoccurring villain in The Batman. That came out.
That new cartoon?
It was
Newer.
older.
Yeah.
It came out after Batman Beyond. So it was 2004. I want to say 2004, 2005, maybe 6.
Yep.
I'll just keep going up.
Yeah. Soon it'll be 2012.
Yeah, but this is a spinoff movie that we kind of knew was coming. We knew there's going to be a Harley Quinn. People loved her. I kind of feel like out of all the characters that we saw in Suicide Squad, Deadshot should have been the one to get one. And that's not... people, you can ask people.
They didn't want to pay for Will Smith.
No, I became very anti Will Smith over the years. I did not like
him. Because he played Will Smith?
No, I just didn't like. I blamed him that I lost Deadshot on Arrow, which I liked his interpretation. I liked the Suicide Squad on Arrow, and they cut them.
So you just like scapegoated Will Smith?
No, but there were other things that I just kind of fell off the wagon after I Am Legend for me. And then this brought him back because he was having fun again. He was Will Smith. And I feel like his character was the one that there was development. Like, he was an anti-hero. Like, he could have changed on a dime to fight for good. And he was effective. It was like Harley Quinn had no place in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Like, and the other one, she was a gymnast and an assassin.
Yep.
In this one, it was like she didn't show any skill on why she should be there. She carried around a baseball bat.
Yep.
At one point, she hit the Enchantress and it just went, you could hear the cork sound. And it was like, yeah, that's all she brings to the table.
Yep.
And then they, made her.
It still was better than Batman versus Superman. Sorry. The movie was bad, but it was still better.
See, I agreed with you until
the end of Suicide Squad, because that movie tanks at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys, we're out of money.
I don't know. See, it's the difference. Do you like getting a shot, getting a vaccination, or do you like to give blood?
I don't like either.
Exactly.
I'd rather
get a shot. Pick one.
I'd rather get a shot.
So that's what this movie is for me. It's like, which one do you like more? I don't like either of them. But we didn't get a chance because it was last week, and we were on a weird hiatus because no one was available. Addison got his wisdom teeth taken out, so getting him to talk was that
would have been good. It would have been.
My tongue is huge.
Probably could have got him to talk about weird stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the weird things he talked about. But no, they announced that they were going to have a Nightwing movie.
I saw.
And I messaged you and Addison at the same time when I saw this. I think this is their cop-out.
This is their fallback?
This is their way of Ben Affleck not doing a movie and then bringing in someone who is less, not a huge actor, not someone who can make demands.
Yep.
And then a director who is just happy to direct.
Yep.
And they say, hey, here's the script you're going to run with. Don't make changes. Shut up and do it.
Yep. Because it seems like Ben Affleck and DC are not getting along.
No. And another thing, DC, I know you don't listen to this, but stop announcing directors before they agree. Because it just looks embarrassing when it's like, oh, we're talking to this person. Nope, they dropped us because they didn't like us. Like, it's like getting on Facebook and you're in a relationship for like a day and a half. Oh,
complicated.
Yeah, complicated. It's like, this is embarrassing. Stop.
It's complicated. No, it is
dirty laundry out there.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I just feel like the whole DC universe is a complete debacle.
No, it's okay. Marvel will announce their movies. The only addition they made was they changed Infinity Wars to being one movie, and then they changed because it's still gonna be two movies, but it's not part one, part two.
Yeah, they just
and then they added Spider-Man.
Yep.
And so there's that.
And then they pulled the Inhumans.
So there have been changes on their side, but for the most part, their layouts there. You have DC who threw their layout out, and it was like Man of Steel was the first one. They didn't announce it at the same time, but when Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and they said, "Oh, we have Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman,
and Batman."
And they didn't announce Batman until
Justice League
until recently, and the Justice League. And then it's like, well, our Flash director we can't keep, like he's not happy, so we got two directors.
Gone.
That's ridiculous. Two directors, and I saw figures at Toy Fair online of the Flash suit.
Yep.
His fingers are exposed. I know it's not a big deal. It bugs the crap out of me. It bugs me that he wears armor.
Yep.
But that aside, well, I also didn't like Grant Gustin's costume at first, and I'm like, this is how the Flash should look.
No other Flash costumes.
Yeah. But no. So to me, it's like they don't know what they're doing, and they're proving it.
If Wonder Woman's a tank,
and I hear rumor it is.
Yeah. If Wonder Woman's a tank, it's done. Just call it DC. You failed.
Yeah.
Start it over and try again.
But the thing is, they can't just keep adding movies out of nowhere. And Nightwing would be exciting.
An Alfred movie.
Exactly. Actually, an Alfred prequel movie where he's a member of what was the British Secret Service, like M7?
MI6.
MI6, yeah. When he's a member of MI6, that'd be kind of cool. But no, it's like I want to talk about Logan so bad because this kind
The
of
Freeze
the same
henchman
thing.
movie.
A henchman would be. I don't know why no one's done that yet.
Just
A
the
movie about a
henchman?
henchman. Like in Marvel, they did a comic. It was like Bob, the agent of Hydra,
Yeah.
and it's like his day to day and how he's like, oh, I'm gonna do this job. Gets beaten up. Oh, I still need money for rent. I'll do another job. I got beaten up again. But no. So the idea that we are gonna throw Suicide Squad did great. So now we're gonna throw in Harley Quinn.
People love Harley Quinn.
Shut up. No, it's like I told Addison. I've told you hundreds of times on these podcasts that there should be solo movies, the team up movies, and the reaction movies. It should go like Justice League. A reaction movie to Justice League was Suicide Squad, and then the next movie should have been it was Batman v Superman. So we made Suicide Squad. Then we see Justice League, and then the next one should have been Metal Men or Doom Patrol.
Yep.
And that's how you can throw in your small like experimental movies by making them reactions to the bigger movie. Because it's like,
but the reactions have to add something to the bigger story. So
Yeah.
like reaction movies in the Marvel world are almost like Ant-Man. Okay, so the smaller films that they have where the characters aren't as well known, but Ant-Man can add to the Avengers.
no, I get what you're
So
saying.
like the Suicide Squads, they don't really add anything to the Batman storyline. It's not like Batman or Superman is going to be like, okay, Harley Quinn, we need you on our team. Like that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're not really adding a whole lot unless they all turn off, not be good, and they somehow join the Joker or something. Like we didn't get anything that kind of adds to the universe.
Yeah.
It's just,
no, I agree.
they're just more characters that are kind of surfing around the universe. And it's like, oh, okay, they're there, but they're not really. DC's kind of taking the comic book approach more than Marvel, where Marvel's like saying, because Suicide Squad comic isn't really connected to the overarching Batman story or Justice League comic. I mean, occasionally they cross paths, but they're not tied in.
But since
Whereas
DC is more connected than Marvel is
in the comics,
in the comics, yes.
but what I'm saying in the movies, Marvel's kind of taking the approach that everything is connected.
Okay, I see what you're
everything
saying now.
touches.
Yeah.
DC's kind of like we're going in thinking that DC is trying to do everything touches, everything's connected, but they're really kind of taking a more comic book approach where Suicide Story doesn't really have a lot to do with the actual Batman versus Superman story, other than, hey, in that other movie this was going on, and here's Amanda Waller. Like nothing else.
No, I see what you're saying.
It's to me, maybe they're not taking that approach. Maybe they're trying to be more comic booky, where they're just kind of like, well, this is going on too.
They need to figure it out.
Or similar to kind of like how Walking Dead too is like on the TV show.
Oh yeah.
That the timeline is kind of really hard to follow because like there's 4 episodes and then it's like, wait, this seems like this would have happened like at the exact same time as something else, because they choose to focus on that particular thing. So the timeline is not necessarily linear.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if this is more linear than that, because obviously some events from Batman versus Superman caused Suicide Squad, but it doesn't fit in at all. It's kind of like Addison said, it seems misplaced.
But they're going to get to the point where everything's going to have Batman in it.
Because that's the only thing that holds it
thing.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're villains other than Doomsday. I guess they're kind of using the wolf dude too, right?
Wolf dude.
What's his name? Wolfenstein or Wolfen?
Oh, Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. There we go. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think they're going to double down on Batman here at some point.
All right, so let's go back to the whole point of the main point of this topic, which was Black Mask being tweeted by David Ayer.
Okay.
So we were all excited when Joker was announced. We thought Joker was going to be the main villain.
Yes.
And he looked stupid. Black Mask is a gangster. In different versions, he wears a black mask, and then eventually it's burned to his face. I'm afraid of what the David Ayer version of this is going to look like. I really hope it's not a guy with blackface. I feel like it could be, where it's not a mask, it's just a bunch of tattoos that
what if it's
cover
a
his
ski mask?
face. I'm afraid of what we're going to get. I really just want a guy who has a mask melted to his face. Like it's sealed on his face. He can't take it off.
Somebody put some like clear coat over him. It's like,
yeah. Or it's gonna be an idea where like the guy he has acid thrown on his face and he has to wear a black helmet.
what if it's like he like gets acid just in that spot around his face, so it looks like he has just like the old school like cloth mask just burned on. It's like a black stripe across the front of his eyes. Like it's just that.
Oh man, I'm so worried about it.
It could be really bad. I mean, it could be really good.
It could be really bad.
I mean, I just think that again, back to the whole DC thing, they're just going to tank it, and this is another example of what they're doing wrong.
I mean, right now they could announce that they're doing a Gwenpool movie, and I'm like, yeah, or a Squirrel Girl movie. Let's go. It could be probably the best, and Squirrel Girl hits the genre of like kiddie movies.
Yep.
And they're gonna knock it out of the park. And here I'm like, I'm a big DC fan.
Yep.
And I like Black Mask. I cosplayed him as him once, but now it's like I'm worried. I'm really, really worried that this could be bad.
Let's transfer into one positive note.
Okay.
Deadpool teaser.
So, all right. One, it was great. Okay, so it came before Logan.
Yep.
I had only seen that someone said, "Oh, there's a sneak hero-ish scene in Logan." I didn't click on it. I didn't want to know because I was going to see Logan in 2 hours after that.
Yep.
Seeing it was awesome because it was just like, oh my gosh! Like I don't want to say it here because it should be something that's seen or talked about during the spoiler podcast. It's great.
The Deadpool teaser.
It's absolutely great.
Yep. So, I saw it online, so it was good.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. But no, it's online. You guys can check that out. We're just not going to talk about it here. That's all the topics we have for you guys today on this spin-off. What are we going to call this? The
spin-over.
The spin-over. You can check us out on... Oh, excuse me.
Apparently he's got the burps.
That was lunch coming up. You can check us out on Facebook, which is TokenNerd00. You can check us out on Instagram and Twitter, which is token_nerd. You can send us an email at tokennerdpodcast@gmail.com. You can check us out on Podbean, which is Token Nerd Network.
I think it's Token Nerd Podcast.
Token Nerd Podcast. This is usually your part. I don't.
Yeah.
Talk
or you can just search Token Nerd Network and you'll find it.
Yep. And Travis, where are you located at?
You can find us over on Instagram at Urban Vinyl Daily, or you can head over to urbanvinyldaily.com and keep up with our latest updates, including things like a podcast and video that we do weekly on designer toys, art, street art, and more.
Speaking of designer art, do you like designer toys? Obviously you do.
Yeah.
Where would you get something like that?
Like a designer toy?
A designer toy.
Where would you go buy with them?
Yeah, let's say I can go to the store. I need to order something online.
Gotcha. Okay, so if you head over to tenacioustoys.com, which has graciously sponsored our show, you can head over there and check out all kinds of things like Funko Pop and what are those other things called? Funko. There's the Dorbs and
Dorbs. There's Wobblers. There's
what's the kaiju looking ones that we're looking at there? The ones that are like taller and
Hikari.
There we go. But you can also check out designer toys, art, and more that Tenacious Toys also carries. And if you're lucky enough to be buying something from Funko, use our promo code,
which is Token10, TOKN, the number 1 and a 0.
You'll receive 10% off your order, which is like getting free shipping or, something else.
Yeah, you also get, I think, a percentage off if you buy over $75.
Yeah.
So he has those double as well. There. I'm not sure that they go together, but that's a deal.
Yeah. So get over there, get yourself some Funko products for your collection, and show your friends your pop culture love.
Yeah. All right, folks. That was really loud. As always, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Travis.
Stay spicy, my friends.